So, do you consider songwriting a calling or a career or something else?
I would say it's calling.
Yeah.
I think it's calling. It can be a career, but you can. I've known a lot of really, really great songwriters who don't make a career of it
Right.
and still write and have that as part of their life. Yeah, certainly in my case it is. I think in retrospect, I don't know what else I would have done. I've done a lot of different things to make a living in my life, but many jobs of different kinds, but I haven't done anything else other than write and play music for many years now. So I can't imagine doing anything else. But it's the kind of thing that, I think if you're a writer of any kind or an artist of any kind, of course it is a calling, and you have to answer the call, and you have to really live up to it and work at it. And I think it depends on how hard you are willing to work and how much disappointment and rejection you're willing to take.
Yeah.
Because it really is a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, people sometimes have referred to you as a magician. You even have an album entitled Conjurer. So, to what extent is songwriting an art, and how much is it more of a craft that one consciously develops? How does that manifest in your songs?
Well, that's a good one. There is a magical, mysterious element to the whole thing, to me, that I don't really even want to understand.
Yeah.
I have tried to. I've had people ask me to kind of explain that, and I don't know what that is, but I do know that the crafting of it, the work you put into it, of course, is it's really important, and it's how you stay creative and do the kind of nuts and bolts work that you have to do. It's kind of a balancing act. My thing, the thing that kind of keeps me going and keeps me in ideas is always capturing every silly thing that comes into my head, whether I think it's good at the time or not. I record it or I jot it down, and 9/10 of what I record or write down isn't necessarily anything I'll end up using, but it all leads to the next thing. So so I've gotten really, really conscientious over the years about doing that, always having something near at hand, in my pocket, in my jacket, next to the bed to record with, to jot something down, even if it's just a line, and or rhythm. I do a lot of that, and then I'll take that rhythm, and that might imply a melody. It's just a lot of different methods to writing songs, but I have to pay attention to all of them and really work at it. And then there's that mysterious element of inspiration. What is that? Where does it come from? And I think there's a misconception, I've certainly had it in my life, that you have to have this big idea, this big flash of light, and you sit down and it just pours out of you. It isn't like that. It is sometimes, it is like that. But usually it isn't. It's little glimmers of light, little things that happen and that occur to you that maybe later I'll plug them in and go, oh, this can lead here, In the moment, it may not seem like much of anything. So it's really I remember my mother telling me when I was a little kid walking along looking at the ground, she says, what are you looking at down there? Look up. Pay attention to what's around you. Look at the world. Look at the way the light is reflecting off the edge of that building, and the way the phone lines drape down and through the trees, and she just kind of pointed out this stuff in this really sort of an unattractive area where we lived, and there was nothing really one would think was beautiful there. But when she said that to me, and I started looking around and going, oh yeah, there is beauty everywhere. There's beauty in everything, and life in everything. And if you pay attention to that, then maybe you can reap some of these ideas, into songs or paintings or whatever, dance or whatever you do, So.
Could you play us a song that is an example of all those disparate parts that you've kind of plugged together, and then you were very pleased with what you ended up with in your song?
Yeah, I could do. Sorry, Bill, I'm gonna plug this. Mute it. There's a song called "Bird on the Wing."
Oh, yeah.
That song. That. Get this in tune here. Now, this was something I wrote in the car without a guitar, just kind of in my head and mumbling the lines into a recorder, as I drove along. And then by the time I got home, I got the guitar out and kind of figured out, I had a sense of what I wanted to do with it. I wanted it to be, the old, like English or Irish ballads that were about the poor boy and the rich girl,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And there was something that happened to me when I was a teenager where I met a girl who was from a very wealthy family. I didn't know that at the time. And it's kind of a long story. I won't go into that too much right now, but
I remember this story. It's pretty funny. Anyway.
But it just kind of fell into place. And why on that particular day I was thinking about this is something that happened so long ago. I was a beggar, she was a queen. I played the guitar, she danced and sang, light as a sparrow. She lived off the ground, I was a scarecrow. She smiled at my frown. A necklace of clover, a dandelion ring, a flower unfolding, a bird on the wing. I whispered, Jessie, girl, I could love you. Then I genuflected and unlaced her shoe. Her auburn hair tumbled all down in my face. We kissed and we fumbled in a clumsy embrace. There for one moment, underneath the green trees, a flower unfolding, a bird on the wing. She lived in a mansion with a prince and a king, and a woman on horseback with a porcelain face. Her servants looked through me The dog tugged on its chain. Her parents looked sideways. They sneered at my name. Love, when it is new, is a delicate thing. A flower unfolding, a bird on the wing. She cried when I left her. The sky grew blue. Our hearts pressed together as they both broke in two, while a party of sparrows sang a sad, lovely tune. And over my shoulder, the last thing I knew, her face in the window, her hand raised to me, a flower unfolding, a bird on the wing. Oh, a flower unfolding, a bird on the